welcome to another episode of Monster Breakdown, a series all about monsters and spiral knights. And today we're going to be looking at the Mechanite family. We're going to be looking at types of gear that should be used against them, effective strategies, and all sorts of other stuff. But first off, let's take a look at where the Mechanite family actually comes from. And the Mechanite family is a child of the Construct family, and there are actually 6 different types of Mechanites. First off, there is the standard Mechanite, then we have the Pyro Knight, then there's the Poison Knight, the Volt Knight, and the Cryo Knight. Now the 6th Mechanite is actually different from all the others because he helps your Spiral Knight instead of harming them, and he is the Mechanite Kit. And we're going to be looking at all of these more in depth right now. So first off, let's take a look at the standard Mechanite. And when looking at a Mechanite, we have to remember they have 3 basic attacks. They have a slash attack, a charge attack, and a malfunction attack. Now during the malfunction attack they shock themselves, but that shock can also jump to us. Now this standard Mechanite, he's using his charge attack right now, and when he does that he places mines on the ground, and all of his attacks deal pure normal damage. Now the Pyro Knight is a little bit different from the first Mechanite, because his slash attack deals a mix of normal and elemental damage, plus it can also catch you on fire. And his charge attack deals pure elemental damage with a chance of setting your character on fire. And now we're going to take a look at the Volt Knight, and the Volt Knight has a basic slash attack that deals a mix of normal and elemental damage, plus it can also shock you. And their charge attack deals pure elemental damage, and it can also shock your character, so you need to be extra careful around these guys because shock is so annoying. And now we're going to take a look at the Cryo Knight, and as you can guess, his basic slash attack deals a mix of normal and elemental damage. It can also freeze your character. His charge attack deals pure elemental damage with a chance of freezing your character. And now we have the Poison Knight, which took forever to find, and his basic slash attack deals a mix of normal and elemental damage with a chance of poisoning your character, and his charge attack deals pure elemental damage, and it can also poison your character. So now that we've covered all the Mechanites that have a serious death wish for our character, let's take a look at one that actually wants to help us out, and that guy is the Mechanite Kit. And the Mechanite Kit can be summoned one of 2 ways. You can pick him up as a droppable item and use him from your inventory, or you can reactivate him by using energy, and you need to have 5 energy to reactivate each Mechanite Kit. So let's take a look and see what these guys can actually do. And it's important to keep in mind that these Mechanites are dealing pure normal damage to our enemies, and as you can see they rush right in there and try to take care of the job. So now that we've seen all the Mechanites, let's take a look at what type of gear is best suited for going up against them. And since these guys deal a lot of elemental damage, it's great to be having some elemental defense on your character, like Vogue for example. Now they are also weak to elemental damage, so if we have elemental weapons, we're naturally going to fare better against them. And I found that specifically guns and bombs seem to be the best type of weapons when going up against Mechanites. So now that we know what to wear, let's take a look at some strategies to employ against these guys. And the first one, while I said guns and bombs are the most helpful, is a quick slash with your sword. And if you're going up against one Mechanite, this is great because you can slash, then shield cancel, and you can finish him off pretty quickly. Now if you're going up against more than one, that isn't the most ideal method because they can swarm around you and things can get out of hand. That's why gunning is really the method to go when you have more than one Mechanite. And as you can see here, you can just kind of hang back and fire at them, and they're going to be blocking a few of those shots with their shields, but eventually a couple will get through, and it's a pretty decent way to take care of a mob of Mechanites. Now another way to attack multiple Mechanites while still keeping your distance is by using the Blast Bomb family. Now as we know, any of the Blast Bombs deal great knockback, and in this instance I'm going to be using the Big Angry Bomb. And as you can see, these guys try to get into attack, but the bomb's knockback just keeps pushing them back and they don't even get a chance. So hopefully you were able to learn a thing or two, and I'll see you guys in Spiral Knights.